Hey guys, how's it going? It is me, Larry the Batman fan, and I'm back with part 5 of my DVD collection. Up here we have all of the Nicolas Cage movies that I own. In there, there's, Wind Talkers, Stolen, National Treasure, Con Air, Rage, National Treasure 2, The Humanity Bureau, The Rock is in there. And there's a few others that are in there as well. Um, Face Off is also in there. So that's basically what's in this stash here. A couple of them I don't have officially. I got them on like bootleg. There's my case of Shaun of the Dead, which I have shown off the actual disc in my DVD case the last video I did, which is probably up by now if you've been watching these. And also, if you have been watching these, consider this my personal thanks. So anyways, back into it. The Last Boy Scout, Live Free or Die Hard, Tears of the Sun, Die Hard with a Vengeance. I have all the Die Hard movies with Bruce Willis. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Trauma Center, Cop Out, Escape Plan, The Villainous, very good movie, very underrated. You have to watch it with the subtitles though. I think they recently put this on Tubi TV for free, and for a movie that came out like I think it was 6 or 7 years ago. I could be wrong. I know it came out around 2016, 2017, around that time. It was pretty good. Lots of ass kicking in the movie with like this girl and stuff. It's like foreign girl. I don't know if she's Chinese or Japanese, but it was pretty good for a newer action film. Taken 3, Inside Out, really crappy movie. Not really that great. The only good Triple H movie that I've seen is The Chaperone. Every other movie he's been in really hasn't been that great. Excuse me. The Shooter with Mark Wahlberg, one of his best movies. Blood Diamond, very good. King Arthur, the old one with Clive Owen, that one's very good. Did not really care for the Legends of the Swordman or Swordsman. Didn't think that was a very good King Arthur movie with Jude Law. Didn't like that one. You gotta watch the old one. Taffin with Pierce Brosnan. Never watched it. Too Fast, Too Furious. There's the other Fast and Furious movie I have. I mean, I have them all, but just saying, I didn't know where that one was. Under Siege 2. I've shown off the first one. What is that doing in there? DC Universe. I don't know what that's doing there. That's a PS3 game. I didn't have the cover art, so I put that on there. I don't know what it's doing in there, though. I mean, I have my PS3 games right here, but I just don't know what that's doing there. The A-Team, the Triple X rather, not the X-Files, Triple X. I have the second one, but my brother has it, and he's never given it back to me. I don't know why. And I do have the third one as well, The Return of Xander Cage. The Defender, Jet Li's The Defender. Bunraku or Bunraku. Never watched it, but I've heard it's a good action movie. Transporter 2, and there's the case for Vantage Point. And here's the Last Samurai and Nacho Libre. And Nacho Libre I don't have anymore because I gave it to my friend Dane. But that's pretty good. The Last Samurai. Nacho Libre, not really my thing, but I still have the case. Now I'm gonna show you guys also what I have here. What I have here basically is a stack of movies. Just on my lap for a second. Sorry. Actually, let me start with that. I'll start with this stack first for you guys. I have a complete season of Unforgettable. This one I have set over here by my TV because I've been watching that. I have it on 4 disc. X-Men Season 5. I actually have all the X-Men seasons that I keep over here. They're in this stash somewhere in here. But I have all of them. I have the full season. All the seasons, rather, of the X-Men, the animated series. Excuse me. I just finished it, actually. I finished it like last week. It was pretty epic. The ending was very sad, though. Tomb Raider. That's the one with Ikander. Alicia Ikander. I was trying to think of her name the other day and I couldn't think of it. But I think it's pronounced Alicia Ikander. I-K Hander. War Games. Very good family film, sci-fi film about this kid who basically found like this board game of these two guys that had like passed on. They start to see like changes going on in the world because he's playing that board game. It's kind of like Battleship. So they start to think that he has like, the ability to know like when they make the next move in the board game that'll actually happen in real life. It was a very interesting movie. It's not at all like the original Jumanji though, so you're not getting anything demonic though. So that's good. That's why I have that. Spider-Man Far From Home. I have all the Tom Holland Spider-Mans. I got all the Spider-Mans of Tobey Maguire, and I got all the ones with Andrew Garfield, the two that they made. Tom Holland's not my favorite, but he did a pretty decent job as Spider-Man. The Birds. I think I have all the Alfred Hitchcock movies that I need. I have The Birds, I have Vertigo, I have North by Northwest, I have Strangers on a Train, I got Torn Curtain, I have Shadow of a Doubt. I have them all, except The Rope. That's the only one I don't have that I really would like to get, The Rope. Out of Reach, the Steven Seagal movie I needed. All of Steven Seagal's movies up to 2005 or 2006, you're golden. But after that, it was kind of a crap fest. He had maybe one or two good films after that, but for the rest of his career, they really weren't that great of action movies. You gotta go back to his old stuff. Happy Gilmore is a very good golf movie. I actually have this officially on disc, which I've shown in a previous video that I did. I think that one's kind of scratched because last time I played the official copy, it skipped a bit, so I have this copy. So technically it's a double, but it's kind of something I needed. Hold on a second. I got Knives Out Glass Onion. A Glass Onion Mystery. Very good for a new film. I also have the original Knives Out. The original copy I got of it from my movie supplier. The audio was not in English and I couldn't pull up the subtitles, so I chucked that in the garbage. And I got an official copy. It wasn't that much money, probably about $7 or $8. But Knives Out is a very good detective movie starring Daniel Craig. I recommend it. It was good. And the sequel was just as good. Surprisingly, the sequel was not in theaters for very long, only about a month, and they pulled it. It might have been even less than that, maybe just 2 weeks. But, what are the theaters doing these days that are making the movie stay there like 3-4 months. It just seems like most of these like movies they're going on demand, or they're in the theater for a month and then they leave. It's not like they used to be, where they used to stay in the theater for several months before they would leave, and then it being, processed for DVD and Blu-ray, and then it would take like 10 months just to release the actual DVDs and the Blu-rays. It's not like it was back in the when I was a kid. It seemed like it's a lot more on-demand stuff these days, and they're still making the DVDs and Blu-rays, but they're just not as popular as they once were. I still buy DVDs though. I guess I prefer physical media. Westworld, kind of like a Western sci-fi thing. It looked interesting, so I got it. I have not watched it yet. I have so many movies, I just haven't watched them all. Star Trek Beyond with Chris Pine. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm sure it's good. Code 8. This was kind of like a sci-fi movie about these kids. Like the son is basically has no job. His mother works at like one of these crappy jobs, making like $8.50 an hour or something, and is trying to survive working in a grocery store. And they're just not making enough money to survive, so he takes on a heist with a few of his friends and robs a bank. And after that, somehow he like touches a fence and he gains some like powers, and he gets away from the cops and stuff. It was kind of like a sci-fi film with like some action, where his kid's trying to help his mom and trying to get enough money to survive, but they're having hard times and they're not really making ends meet. So he plans a plot with some of his friends to rob a bank. Basically, it was decent. Not the best bank heist movie I ever seen, but it's okay. City on Fire, good movie with Chow Yun Fat. Lots of action, not bad. Only problem is that it's not in English. It's in either Chinese or Japanese, and I can't understand Chinese or Japanese. So, unfortunately, I couldn't understand the dialogue. Couldn't pull up any subtitles. I could get an official copy of this so I could watch it in English with the subtitles on, but the DVD's out of print and it's about 20 or 30 bucks, so I think I'll pass. So I just watched the movie all the way through. The only, I mean, it had some good like ass kicking and fighting and stuff, but as far as the dialogue goes, I don't know what they were saying. Krull, which was a sci-fi film, this seemed okay. Seemed like it was some dude trying to rescue his girlfriend from like his evil um, monster or something like that. He brought like a few of his crew with him to like defeat the monster. Um, Not bad. Not exactly the greatest sci-fi movie, but it wasn't bad, even for '83. I mean, it was a family film, PG. The Little Things with Denzel Washington. When this movie first came out, I bashed it. I said, The Little Things, this movie's gonna suck. It's gonna be another shitty cop movie. It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be poorly acted, poorly written. I watched it, and surprisingly, it wasn't that bad. It seemed okay. It's basically about a cop trying to catch a serial killer, basically, who kills people. Um, that's basically what I got out of it. It wasn't too bad. I shouldn't have been so harsh on it when it first came out. Alright, now I'm going to start speeding up, guys, because this is going to take a little while. I mean, I got like a big stack here, probably about 50 more movies here, or I don't know, maybe like 35, 40 movies. I really don't know the count right now, so I'm just going to show you guys what I got. Touch of Evil, Oblivion, that's with Tom Cruise, Morgan Freeman, and I forget the third guy that's in that movie. But it was a sci-fi. Bleeding Steel with Jackie Chan. The Deadly Affair with I think Audrey Hepburn. To Catch a Thief, there's another Alfred Hitchcock movie. That was okay. Parenthood with Steve Martin and Keanu Reeves. Excuse me. Walking Tall remake with Dwayne Johnson, which is surprisingly good. I know there's an old version of the Walking Tall movie from like the 70s, but the remake's good. Never seen the old version from the 70s or early 80s. Tron, very good. Sci-fi movie. Highly recommend that. There's also Tron Legacy, which came out in 2007 or 2008. Or no, maybe it was 2009. I know it was around that time, 2007 to 2009, that Tron Legacy came out, and it was pretty good for a sequel. Stargate, the movie, I'm not sure if it's related to Stargate SG-1. It may be. I'm not really sure, though. Invasion of the Body Snatchers from 1978. And we got some more. These I just recently picked up. Hold on a second. I got Plane with Gerald Butler. For a new movie, it's actually not too bad. I just watched it tonight. I didn't think it was that bad. It was an enjoyable action movie about a pilot. It was basically with some other pilots and a bunch of passengers, probably about 20 or 30 passengers. And unfortunately, the plane crashes in the Philippines and things go to hell basically in a handbasket, and they had to fight their way to safety against like this evil man and his army of Zits who are basically trying to wipe them out. Not bad. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Haven't watched that one yet. Out of Sight. Mulholland Drive, I've heard this is a really good thriller, so I had to get it. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube talk about Mulholland Drive and said it was really good. Den of Thieves with Pablo Scribler, Gerald Butler, and 50 Cent. Very good heist movie. The Place Beyond the Pines. The Thing from 1982. Very good horror film. One of the few horror films I like. Pound of Flesh with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Prometheus. Very good sci-fi film. Deep Cover. Those Who Wish Me Dead with Angelina Jolie. The Contractor with, I think, Chris Pine. It's not that Contractor movie with Wesley Snipes. It's a different movie. Jolt, which is an assassin movie. The Mighty Ducks, the first one. I know there's also the Mighty Ducks 2 and the Mighty Ducks 3. Personally, the third one I thought sucked, but the first two were really good. Dragonheart, the first one. I've also shown in my previous video that I have Dragonheart 2, A New Beginning. And I'll probably be getting Dragonheart 3 and Dragonheart Vengeance. So I have all of them. Romeo Must Die with Jet Li, one of his best movies. The Deer Hunter, one of the last war films that I thought was worth getting, so I had to get that. It's with Robert De Niro. Lucky Number 11 or Lucky Number 7. It's a Bruce Willis flick that I needed. Allegiant, which is part of the Divergent series. Lady Hawk. That's a sci-fi movie with Matthew Broderick in it. Sean Connery might be in that movie. I forget who plays the girl. Double Indemnity. That's a really old one. We're almost done. Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Another one with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. Very good. No Good Deed. It's actually, I think, a remake. The original is with Samuel L. Jackson. Big Mama's House 2. Somewhere in here. Oh, here's the first one. Big Mama's House. Both very good with Martin Lawrence. The third Big Mama's House movie gets a lot of hate. But I didn't think the third one was that bad. Big Mama's House, Like Father, Like Son. I don't know why they just didn't call it Big Mama's House 3, Like Father, Like Son. I don't know. But they just called it Big Mama's House, Like Father, Like Son. Kind of a stupid title. But I didn't think it was as bad as everyone says. It really wasn't. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Yes, the original with Gene Wilder. Much better than the remake with Johnny Depp. Garfield 2. A Tale of Two Kittens. Torn Curtain. There's that Alfred Hitchcock movie I was just talking about. Excuse me. Creed 2. Jurassic World. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. All the Jurassic Park movies are great except the last one. The last one was very disappointing. Fantastic Voyage. Sorry. The Amazing Spider-Man. Spies Like Us. Cannonball Run. It's a Wonderful Life. And Cinderella Man. And then I also have Burn Notice. I think this is Burn Notice, right? Yeah, this is season 6 of Burn Notice. The first disc, I've been watching it, so that's why it's not in the sleeve. But I have season 6 of Burn Notice. MacGyver season 1. So I think it has 3 or 4 discs. Rizzoli and Isles season 1 with 2 discs. And then I have Charlie's Angels, which has 3 discs, and it's season 1. And then also over here in this pile here, I have Mike Hammer, and I think another season of Burn Notice, and X-Men. I have all the X-Men series in there. So that's basically all I got to show here, folks. There is going to be another part coming soon. That'll probably be the final part because I have 2 more cases to show filled with DVDs. You're probably blown away by this point if you've watched all of the other parts of my DVD collection and seen everything I got. You'd probably say, wow, you got a lot of DVDs. Hey, Booger Boy Meister has a lot of DVDs as well. If you go back to his channel on YouTube, it's old. He doesn't make any new videos, but if you go back and watch his DVD parts, he has like 10 or 11 videos on that particular subject since he loved movies. So, and I love movies too. So yeah, that's everything I wanted to show you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Talk about my movies, and stay tuned for the next video that I will do on the movies. God bless you. Have a great night. Have a great night. Bye.